Good evening, everybody. It's Vince Russo and Jeff Lane, and we're here free on our YouTube channel to give you a 2016 WWE Money in the Bank review. We also want to give you a taste of what you will get if you sign up for our videos on the Realm Network. And the reason why we want to remind you is you have literally 11 days to get your first month for free. Shows like this are normally on the Realm Network, normally on our video channel. We charge $2.95 a month. That's 75 cents a week, and you can opt out at any time. However, for the entire month of June, if you sign up now, you got 11 days left, you will get the first month absolutely free. So we're giving you a little sneak peek of what you'd be getting as a Realm member. Jeff, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I don't know. I might be getting too old for these pay-per-views to go so long, man.
Oh, bro. Yeah, and this one went way after 9, but I thought it was going to be over 9. Bro, I got to say this. Man, bro, you know I'm a big sports fan. Jeff, I know you're a big sports fan. Bro, I don't know if I'd ever seen anybody get as emotional winning a championship as I saw LeBron get tonight. Bro, I got to tell you, I've seen hundreds of championships in my lifetime. I know you have as well. I've seen my Giants win 3 times. But, bro, LeBron was so emotional in bringing that title to Cleveland. It made me so happy for him. You know, I mean, bro, listen, either way, I didn't really have any skin in the game. I was leaning a little bit towards Golden State because, you know, my Giants are from the Bay Area. So, and I thought, you know, a Game 7, everybody's going to be wearing their yellow shirts. There's no way Cleveland's going into that building and winning. But they win the last 3 games of the series. Bro, LeBron was so emotional. I just physically and emotionally felt so happy for the guy when the game was over, bro.
I'll take your word for it. I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah, you got to see it, bro. But you know what, Jeff? That segues me into tonight's pay-per-view because, listen, I want to tell everybody straight up. This is the God-honest truth, and I want everybody to know. Bro, I did not care one way or another about anything going into this pay-per-view. So I want everybody to know that, and I want to reference that before we give this review because, bro, they failed to grab my emotion in the last month building up to any of these matches. All of these matches were built on wrestling matches. You know, there was really not much else. So, bro, I wasn't emotionally invested going into this pay-per-view. And I just want to be honest, you know, with people that are watching this show right now as I give my review for the rest of the night.
Well, I can't argue with that. I mean, if anybody has listened to us before, they know the type of wrestling fans that we are, or, you know, we grew up. If there's no reason to care who wins or loses, then most likely we're not going to be interested. You know, like you, I've never been a fan of, man, I hope this is a really great match. I want to see what these guys do in the ring. Ever since, you know, I was 7 years old, when I watched wrestling is because I cared who won or lost. I cared who the guys were, and I cared why they were fighting. So if I don't have that, I'm not really interested either. So I can understand that. But with that being said, there was a few things that still got my attention in a positive way, even though I didn't care about the stories going into it. So
well, let's talk about it. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want to go through the stuff that just doesn't matter. And there was a lot of stuff on here that just didn't matter. I don't know if you just want to hit the big ones here, but
let's talk about the tag team match.
Okay. All right. I had a note on that. I've probably said this before. I feel like I have, or I'm going through deja vu, but I feel like the fatal 4-way tag match is outdated. I think it needs to go away. That's my personal opinion. I don't agree with the logic of that you would tag somebody on the opposing team and tag your team out, and you can't win when you're not in there. I've never liked that. That's just my personal taste. I don't think it makes sense psychologically. But I don't know. This match didn't really do anything for me.
Well, bro, the match didn't do anything for me. It's a freaking fake wrestling match. Okay, let's stop. All right, yeah, bro. Listen, I'm looking at the people in the crowd there. I'm not one of them. Okay, this is a fake wrestling match. I'm not getting excited over this. I'm not. Stop. Okay, I'm an adult. Okay. I'm talking about the booking. I'm talking about the creative booking, bro. Let's look at the 4 teams here. Enzo and Kaz are over because they get it and because they're entertaining. Gallows and Anderson have their story going on with AJ. So they knew that beforehand. Obviously they know the finish of Cena and AJ before the night, so they're involved in that story. New Day is developed, and they got the gimmick with the trombone and the unicorns and all this stuff. And I guess you could say, and I hate to say it, it pains me to say it, that they're over to some extent. Well, when I look at this, if I want to get 4 teams over, the team that needs it the most is the Vaudevillians. So why not put the belts on the heels, the Vaudevillians? Kaz and Enzo don't need it. The New Day does not need it. Anderson and Gallo do not need it. The Vaudevillians need it. Why not put the belts on the heels, give them a little heel run as a champion so they have another team that means something? That's what I don't understand, bro. Spread the love around. The idea for a writer is to get everybody over. Right now, at this point in time, the belts would probably help the Vaudevillians more than anybody else. Why not put the belts on those guys? Why not get them over? They need it the most. That's where I disagree. I just don't think New Day needs the tag team belts.
Yeah, it really didn't matter to me, but I understand what you're saying. But like this match, to me, it was like this match was too choreographed, and the timing was bad. Like the quadruple clothesline was just so phony looking. I mean, this stuff is what
I hate, bro. And we're going to talk about that throughout the rest of the night, bro. When everything is done like in sync, and like, how do they want anybody to believe that stuff just happened on the dime? You know what I mean, bro? I mean, that's what we talk about, believing the fight. Once it's overly choreographed, you don't believe the fight anymore. And I'm talking about, again, let me make this clear, the casual wrestling fans that are no longer watching wrestling. That's who I'm speaking for. The minute the choreography goes into overdrive, you just don't believe it anymore. And at that point, bro, I just don't think you really care.
Corbin versus Ziggler. I mean, I just hope this is over. I hope that was it.
Yeah, well, they've made Corbin look strong, but they've already made him look strong against Ziggler. So this was just a match to fill out time on the card. I mean, that's basically all it was. So I guess it achieved that.
Girls match. What'd you think of the Natalya turning on Becky Lynch there at the end?
Well, bro, again, I want to see what the story is. I mean, if there's a story there that makes sense, okay, great. But I mean, if it just came out of nowhere and they cover it with BS tomorrow, then, that just tells me, okay, they want to get Natalya in a program with Becky. That's why they did it. But if they can come up with some kind of a storyline to make it interesting, okay, I'm cool with that. So the jury is really out until I see where they go with this tomorrow.
Apollo Crews beat Sheamus. I mean, the story here was they just fought backstage a couple times, so I really didn't care about this one way or the other.
I didn't care about it either, but it's kind of ridiculous. You roll the guy up, and Sheamus is kicking his legs like a girl, and that's the 1, 2, 3. Bro, here's the deal. Can we look at this for a second? It's a freaking roll up, and it's a 1, 2, 3. By the time we get to the main event, there's 97,000 kickouts. But yet, in an earlier match, a roll-up did the trick with a guy the size of Sheamus, kicking his legs like a woman. But whatever, who cares?
Okay, the first big match of the night, John Cena versus AJ Styles. You want to go first, or you want me to go first on this one?
Well, Jeff, I was very surprised of the order of the matches. Bro, when we booked pay-per-views, we crescendoed. You start at the bottom and you start building up. I thought it should have went, I would have put Rusev in this spot. Then I would have went ladder. Then I would have went Cena or AJ. Then I would have went the main event. I was very, very, very surprised with the booking, and I don't know why they booked it that way, because they put Rusev and Titus in a spot that nobody cared about the match. I mean, nobody cared. You just got off the ladder match. You're looking forward to the main event, so like nobody cared about that match. I just don't know why they didn't put those big 3 matches, at the end. I
kind of understand, I guess, why they put Rusev and Titus there. It's kind of like the get your breath back match, because and because I was looking at this like, well, we just did SummerSlam '98, and you talk about how it was very difficult for Austin and Undertaker to follow Rock and Triple H, and if this ladder match would have been absolutely insane and crazy, Rollins and Reigns, it would have been very tough for them to follow that. So maybe that's why they did it this way.
But I think you would have had if you would have had AJ and Cena in the middle. See, Jeff, it really depends. When you say, catch your breath, you're absolutely right. But then again, I think there are some instances when, you've got pretty much 3 main events like this. Why let them catch their breath? I mean, just go from one right into the next, and I think all 3 matches delivered, you know what I mean? So I think there are times when you do that. I think there are times when you don't. I would have liked to see all 3 of those matches in a row at the end of the night, but that's just my personal flavor. So go ahead. What's your thoughts on the match?
Well, up until the finish, I was really into this match. I thought it was good. It's not surprising with the 2 guys that were in there. My issue is, and I don't, people may disagree with me, and that's fine, but if I'm booking this match, I put Cena over clean. That would have been my finish. And the reason why I say that is I don't see, it's not like we're building a guy in AJ. AJ's almost 40 years old. AJ's not the future of the WWE. So if AJ was, 29, then I understand him beating Cena here, but he's 39. Cena's still your top guy. I would have went with Cena here, just my personal opinion. But I didn't like the run-in because I felt like it killed it. The crowd was into this, and then you bring out 2 guys who aren't over, and people wanted to argue me on Twitter that they're over. The club is not over. Gallows and Anderson are not over. You bring these guys to interfere in this match. I think if someone's going to interfere, those guys need to be over too, and I think that killed the finish.
Yeah, and I'm just worried, Jeff. Are they going to go back to the well? AJ didn't know they were coming, and now AJ's back to being a baby. I just, please don't go back to the well with that. So we just had 3 months of that story. And that's where I'm afraid of that they're going with it again, that AJ didn't know. And now, now he gets into it with the club. Now all of a sudden AJ and Cena are back together. I mean, please don't go down a road that we've already seen. And that's the only thing that bothered me the most, because it's like, where else could they go? Where else can they go with it? Except AJ being pissed that I signed the contract to fight him one-on-one, and I was going to do the righteous thing, and I didn't know they were coming, and blah, 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 blah. Where else do you go with it but there? And I just hate to see them go back to that well.
Yeah, but I've noticed, the last 3 years, it seems like Cena's been the guy. Like 2 years ago, he was, he put Rusev over, made Rusev look really good. Last year it was Kevin Owens, and this year it's AJ. So maybe that's kind of his deal here at this part of the year, as they try to get somebody elevated with Cena. I just don't know if AJ was the right one. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. Money in the Bank match. I enjoyed this. I didn't think I was going to. I was pleasantly surprised. The only thing I didn't like was there was way too many spots, I thought, of 4 guys out of it into one-on-one in the ring, and the 4 guys are just laying outside the ring for minutes and minutes and minutes. And I know this is a very difficult match to do. It's a very difficult match to put together, but I think that kind of takes it out of there. But I enjoyed the match overall.
Yeah, bro, that's the easiest way to book the match. Everybody's dead on the outside and the spotlight's on 2 guys, and then we switch those 2 guys out, put another 2 in. I mean, it's just done that way all the time. Bro, obviously when they're in this type of a match, all the guys work their rear ends off. Bro, I don't like the fact, go back and look at Shawn Michaels and Scott Hall at WrestleMania 10, the match that people still talk about. Bro, I don't like the fact that one match in a ladder match has turned into 20 ladders ringside. I just think that's a little much, bro. When the matches are just side by side ringside, I think that's a ladder match. That's a little much. Call it a ladders match then, because it's not a ladder match. It's a ladders match. And bro, it's overkill. And the thing that turned me off to this match, the guy worked their butts off, bro. The thing that turned me off were the choreographed spots. You got both of the ladders coming out, horizontally, and the ladder going up. And now 2 guys are, on each side at the same time. They're both horizontally fighting at the same exact time. Then all of a sudden, bro, all 6 guys are on the one ladder. Are you serious? It was so overbooked, bro. It was horrible. That's what I'm talking about, bro. There's 80 ladders out there. They're fighting the same time on the horizontal ladders. Now there's 6 guys on the main ladder. It's so over freaking booked, bro. Too much.
What'd you think of Rusev and Titus here?
Well, I mean,
first off, Lana looked like $1 million.
She looked like $1 million, bro. I always like when they make Rusev look strong. I mean, we've gone through this before, bro. They had him at the top. Are they doing that again and going to let him drop flat on his face again? I mean, I don't know, but I'm all for making Rusev look strong.
Do you ever have an issue with a guy the size of Titus tapping? Do you think it hurts more when a guy that big taps compared to somebody like Kalisto tapping? You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so, bro. Because if we're getting him in something that's believable, I don't have a problem with that. I don't.
Main event, Rollins and Reigns. I thought this was good. I really did. And this is one of the matches I was talking about. Like I didn't really care, but I was into it once it started. I thought they both did a good job, in my opinion. I especially liked the sell when on the first Superman punch, the way that Rollins sold it. It was beautiful sell. I always pop for a very good sell. I don't like the refs checking on Reigns. To me, that's just stupid because you're wrestling the guy. You're supposed to hurt them. That's how you pin them. You can't get a pin if the guy's not hurt. So why are the refs seeing if Reigns is hurt? That's what takes me out of the match. But other than that, I thought it was a very good match.
I thought 2 guys work really well. I'm a fan of both guys, so let me make that clear. I liked both guys. I did not like the doctor checking. I did not like the ref bump in this match. We had a ref bump already. Let's come up with a more clever way to do it. What was the other match with the ref bump? Cena, right?
Cena, yeah.
Yeah, we just saw a ref bump. Let's come up with another creative finish. And bro, I mean, I just thought it was overkill with the false finishes. Reigns has been killing let's look at the way this laid out. There's every false finish in the book. Reigns beats everybody with the Superman punch. Bro, Rollins kicked out of the Superman punch not once but twice. And bro, Rollins is a regular size guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a Brock Lesnar. He's a regular size guy. So Reigns hits him with the Superman punch not once but twice. He kicks out both times. Okay, bro? So, bro, you saw every kick out imaginable. I wish I would have counted them. Bro, there had to be 10. There had to be 10. Then what happens? One dirty deeds and the match is over. You see, that's the disconnect for me, bro. That we just saw two guys kick out of everything. Ambrose comes in, one dirty deeds, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but he also clocked him with the briefcase. I think that's acceptable with the briefcase.
But bro, he clocked him with the briefcase. He had to go out. He had to turn in the briefcase. He had to go through all that. I think there was more than enough time for Rollins to get his senses back. I mean, I really do.
Yeah, I can understand that. But with this is like there's a bunch to talk about here. I think I'm intrigued in the possibility. I think there's a story here if they play it right. Seth Rollins' 7-month journey or whatever it was, working hard. We all saw the videos. All he wants is his title back. He wants to rebuild. He gets it, and he loses it in a minute. I think there's a good story there if they play it right.
Well, I think they're definitely going to the 3 guys at SummerSlam. I mean, that's where it is. You know, I mean, I would look at this right now and say, you know, Reigns got to get his rematch. You know, Rollins, you know, and then Ambrose. They're going to go to the Shield 3-way at SummerSlam. That's what I would think. Bro, here's the only problem I have with this. Okay, bro, I like the way they did. I got nothing against it. The way, like I said, you know, bro, let me say one thing about the match, too. Can I just say this? Jeff, I don't know about you. Bro, I've never seen a guy come flying through the second rope looking good. And I've never seen a guy do the flip over the top rope look good. They do those spots over and over and over, and I've never seen any of those spots look good. I don't. They keep doing them like it's a big freaking high spot, especially that one through the second rope. It never does any damage.
No, I mean, it's clear the guy's jumping, the other guy catches him. I mean, it looks like a catch. That's what it is. It doesn't look like a violent move. No.
Yeah. Okay. So they're going with the 3 guys. That's what it's look like. My only beef with this is, bro, it's cool that Ambrose cashed it in. It's cool that Ambrose got I don't have a problem with any of this. Here's the problem I have again with the booking. Bro, why not? If you know you're going here, why not build Ambrose up over the last couple of months? Why not really, really make Ambrose strong over the last 3 months? So it doesn't appear like, okay, Ambrose won the title on a fluke, so he doesn't have a chance of retaining the title. If they would have had Seth coming back and it's Seth's first match, and if they would have had, you know, Reigns defending, and he's had a couple of successful defenses, and then they would have had Ambrose on a little bit of a roll, I just wish they would have built Ambrose up a little bit more going into this. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't know if they could have. I mean, he's been beating Jericho. I mean, he beat him in the cage. There's really nobody else I think they could have fed him to get strong, and that's their own fault for not having, you know, a strong roster. But, you know what, looking back at the end of Raw this week, do you think that makes sense now? You know what I mean? Because we had an issue with that.
You know, I still have an issue with it, bro, because, like, why would I have given that away? Like, why not just pull it out of my backside? Yeah, I mean, I would have much them not have done that, and it was pulled out of the backside. I mean, you know, so bro, that's just a preference for me, you know, rather than Ambrose did exactly what he said he was going to do. That's what we're talking about. If they were going to go this route, I just would have had to let it come out of left field, but that's just me. That's just my preference.
I am glad he cashed it in, though, so we don't have to see a guy carrying it to the ring for months and months and months.
For months, and man, I'm turning it in. I'm not turning it in. I'm turning it in. I'm not turning it in. I think it was good for Ambrose's character too, bro. The fact that he couldn't wait. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Rollins was hurt. You know, Rollins was selling something. You know, Rollins was up. Rollins was celebrating, but that's good for Ambrose's character that he could not wait. And I thought that was really good for his character. I just, you know, bro, again, I just feel like they're going to go to the 3-way. they're going to go back to Reigns because I still believe Reigns is going to be the guy. And if I'm right about that, I just feel that they booked it this way so they have their SummerSlam main event. But if that's the case and Reigns winds up getting it back at SummerSlam, I just feel that this would hurt Reigns in the long run. Now, if they go in another direction, I mean, that's one thing. But if this is just to set up, okay, here's our SummerSlam main event. Let's get Reigns back over. Let's get everything back in order. I think this loss would have hurt Reigns in the long run.
If that's the case, and I like that idea for SummerSlam. I think that's probably the best thing they can do right now. But what do you think they do for the next pay-per-view? Because there's one in between. There's still one more before SummerSlam.
There is one more between SummerSlam, unless there's some kind of rematch between Rollins and Reigns to see who gets the title shot at SummerSlam, and it ends up some way in a three-way.
Yeah. But, for again, like we do this, in my opinion anyway, I there's some interest here. There's something fresh going on. Dean Ambrose is the champion. I see a possibility here, boy who cried wolf over the past 3 years, who knows, but at least there's something different's going on, and I'll take that as a positive at the end of the show.
Yeah, no, I'm good with the note the show ended on. Again, bro, I just wish I would have been more emotionally invested going into the show. I wasn't. I didn't care about it, and that's why I wanted to say that up front. That's all. Yeah.
Now, I hope, the smart thing, in my opinion, would to make Raw tomorrow night just all about these three guys throughout the entire show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Not just an opening segment or not just, one thing here. They should go the whole show with these guys.
Yep.
There's a story here, man. I'd like to see that. I really would.
Yeah, I would too. I agree.
It could have been a lot worse. I enjoyed the three main matches. The rest of the card didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I'm good. I would agree with that, bro. And the guys, like always, bro, they're wrestlers. They work their butts off. I mean, that's the one thing, bro. Nobody phones it in. Everybody's working so hard. Bro, I would never be in a ladder match like that. I mean, that's insane. It's insane, bro, what they do to their bodies during matches like that. It's crazy. You couldn't pay me $1 million to do that. All these guys will be working tomorrow. That's the part that's just, they're freaks, man. It's just incredible. But bro, I thought it was a good show. I just wish I would have cared a little bit more going in.
Yeah, let me add one more thing I want to ask you, because if I'm Vince McMahon, or if I'm the guy paying Seth Rollins, after this match, I'm just going, why? Like, why? Why are you doing that dive on the outside? Why are you taking the chances of getting hurt? You're not worth anything to me if you get hurt again. You don't need to do these moves. You know what I mean? I just feel like he was doing way too much.
Yeah.
And if he keeps going this route, he may be at risk of injury again. I'd hate to see that. I wish he would slow down and wrestle and not trying to do all this stuff just to,
Jeff, I was thinking that same thing at one point in the match. I was like, man, this guy's just coming off of surgery. It's his first match back. He's doing way too much. I had that same thought go through my head. But, bro, it's tough with these wrestlers because, bro, they don't think about that, man. When they get out there in the ring in front of the crowd and in front of the people, they're just full bore. They don't think about the consequences. That's all of them, bro. That's, outside of the veterans, the guys that are, getting up there and have been hurt and have, know they're getting older, know they can't do what they used to do. But when you're a guy like Seth Rollins' age, you're not thinking of that, bro. You're just thinking about going out there and putting the best match possible on.
Yeah, but hopefully he takes care of himself, because I don't think it's not worth it, man. Another 7 months on the shelf, it's not worth it for one crazy move. It's not.
I agree.
You got to think of your future.
I agree. All right, Jeff. So, you want to tell him one more time about the offer for the realm?
Yes. Listen, if you have never signed up before, you have an opportunity here before the end of June. Get this in. Sign up now and you will get your first month free, the VIP section at russosbrand.com. Go to russosbrand.com, click subscribe. Once you add it to your cart, the price will change to $0. Make sure you do this by June 30th. You'll get a free month of our VIP package, and what that includes is every Monday night, Vince and myself do a live Raw review for the VIPs, and they come in the chat, and you can chat with us, and we take some questions from the chat. Our 5 shows that are on Podcast One, you get those a day earlier if you're a VIP, and you also get them on video. So you see all the beautiful women we have on Vixens on video. You get to see, this week you'll see Adam Rose's brand new haircut. I mean, it's good stuff. Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Disco. We do that on Friday on video. It doesn't air till the following Monday on Podcast One, so that's actually 3 days early.
And just the size of like Disco's nose, you know, Jeff. it's like the 10th wonder of the world. You know, I'll give China the 9th. His nose is like and the way his nose like fills up the entire screen. I mean, it's really something to see, I think.
I don't know. Mine might be a little bigger than his if we actually compared, but yeah, I don't know. But also, our weekend show, Anything But Frickin' Wrestling, you get that as well. It's exclusive to VIPs. We cover the pop culture news of the week and bonus content all the time. Like this week, VIPs will be getting the deleted scenes, as I'm calling them, of the Magnus interview. We had to cut 72 minutes out of it to get it down to the 2 one-hour episodes for Podcast One. So all that footage, the 72 minutes that we had to cut out, the VIPs are going to get that exclusively on video. That won't be on Podcast One as well. So russosbrand.com, subscribe by the end of the month, get your first month free.
And also there's going to be a new show. I don't want to talk a lot about it now because we're working out the details, but there's going to be a new show for VIP members only, original programming. It's going to be a new show, original programming, a one of a kind. And I'm telling you, it's going to start, you know, sometime in the month of July. So take advantage of that free month. You got 10 days to do it. This way you could see this show when it kicks off. I'll be telling you a little bit more about that in the days to come. Jeff, what are we doing? Tomorrow we got Magnus, right? The final part of that interview where he buries TNA. Then what's doesn't he?
He buries them, unburies them, buries them again, drives the bulldozer over. It's unbelievable. Yeah. And then it might actually be today, depending when they're watching this too. So.
And then what episode are we watching of Raw: The Attitude Years?
September 12th, 1998. That will be Tuesday on video, Wednesday audio on Podcast One. And Adam Rose starts this week as well.
Yeah. And this week too, Jeff, on a bucket full of chicken X, I'm going to talk a lot about my new role with the Mercury Academy of Professional Wrestling, what I'm going to be doing there. It's going to be important to the brand. There's a lot happening with that. There's a reason why I'm doing it. And I'm going to talk a lot about that Wednesday on a bucket full of chicken X, Wednesday on Realm, Thursday on Podcast One.
And also, if you just stumbled upon this video and you haven't seen us before, subscribe to our channel. You can go look at our playlist. We have a lot of archived video shoot interviews with wrestlers up there for free. A lot of content on there that you can check out, and check out our website, russosbrand.com.
And they can sign up for YouTube through russosbrand.com, correct, Jeff?
Yeah, if you are watching this through the website, go to the main page and click the YouTube icon on the right side of the page. It'll take you right to our YouTube.
All right, bro. I think that's it. I think that's it from Money in the Bank. So next month is what, Jeff?
Battleground.
Battleground. We'll see what happens at Battleground. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the show. Check out russosbrand.com. Follow me at the Vince Russo. Follow Jeff at Jeff Lane 22. Everything happens at russosbrand.com. Check it out. Hope you enjoyed the free podcast, everybody. Have a great night.